hear it.
That's up to you, if you want to read it or not.
If you want to be official.
You could just go straight to roll call, if you'd like.
Before anybody leaves.
We have a quorum present in person.
All right,
There's the audience.
ready?
Already, we're just waiting for, yeah.
Ready? Good.
All right, Phil, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Time is now 3:33, and I hereby call the meeting of the Area Plan Commission to order. Their meeting of the, was it April 19th, meeting of the Area Plan Commission to order. May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Devon,
Present?
Mr. Hawley,
Present?
Mr. Moffett,
Here.
Dr. Thacker, Mr. McNamara,
Here.
thank you, sir. Mr. Webb,
You'll get the name right one day.
Mr. Yule, and Ms. McCombs.
Thank you, Shelley. We are a 9-member board commission, and we have 5 members present on person and 1 virtually. I'm going to have to recuse myself from the first petition. Can we have a reading of petition number 1?
I'm sorry, when I did roll call, I forgot to roll call Mr. Sutton. Mr. Sutton,
Yeah, I'm here.
thank you for acknowledging that. Sorry to omitted you.
I feel left out, but I'm here.
Location 17871 and 17847, State Road 23, as tabled. Owner Dale R. and Christine K. Devon. Requested action from OB Office Buffer District to O Office District. APC application number 2970-22.
Okay, Ryan Fellows, Area Plan Commission staff. Click on the screen for me, Shelley. Thank you. Okay, this is rezoning application for 17871 and 17847, State Road 23, was tabled at the February APC meeting to provide time for the petitioner to address the County Health Department's well and septic concerns. The petition was unable to be heard at the March APC meeting due to a lack of quorum. The proposed rezoning site is along State Road 23, west of Northern Avenue. There are 2 parcels proposed to be rezoned. On the left side here is 17871 State Road.
Picture.
It is a beautiful
That's a
picture.
good picture.
It is, thank you. Which is currently vacant. However, it is the former location of the offices of Devon Custom Homes. It was rezoned to OB Office Buffer District in 2006. There it is. The proposed use is a hair and nail salon. And then here's a view of 17847 State Road 23, looking south along Northern Avenue. This property was rezoned to OB Office Buffer District in 2019, at which time the offices of Devon Custom Homes moved here from the neighboring building. And here, this is looking east on State Road 23 from Northern Avenue. A unique image hair salon is across the street from the subject property. It was rezoned to O Office District, site plan specific in 1990, then again site plan specific in 2002, and then not site plan specific in 2013. This pattern is typical of increasing commercialization acceptance along State Road 23 in this area. The site plan is a reuse of their parking lot site development plan from February 2020. The site includes 2 office buildings with a shared parking lot. If the rezoning is approved, it is not anticipated there will be any changes from the site plan submitted. Any site changes would require commercial plan review through the building department and would be evaluated at that time for compliance with the zoning ordinance. Per state law, this rezoning is, the zoning is considered based on 5 criteria, including the comprehensive plan. Rezoning is supported by Goal 2, encourage the economic development of the county and its municipalities, especially Objective C, develop quality businesses, business areas to meet the retail and service needs of the planning area. In an email we received from the St. Joseph County Health Department, they request that the approval be granted subject to the installation and approval of a new septic system per Indiana State Department of Health's technical data sheets, state rule and county code requirements. And Brett Davis from the Health Department is available to answer any questions. And again, this comes to you with a favorable recommendation from staff, subject as to the conditions already explained. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions by the committee? Okay. Hearing none, then we'll open discussion to the public. Listen to anybody who wishes to speak in favor of this petition. If you'd give your name and address first, please. Everybody online?
No.
Hearing none, if anybody wishes to speak in opposition to this petition, please give your name and address first. Hearing none, we'll close the discussion to the public. There's no reason to rebut. There's nothing to rebut.
Okay.
Staff?
I think we need to have the petitioner speak first. Don't-
Oh, I'm sorry.
I-
I blew right on by that.
Well, I mean, you know, I think we have somebody here in the audience that would like to speak on
Would the
behalf of the
petitioner wish to
petitioner
speak?
first.
Thank you, members. I'm Dale Devon. Address is 7508 Tuscana Court, Granger, Indiana, 46530. Thank you for your time. Thank you, John, for making a special exception. We're used to waiting on John many days, but especially on the golf course, if you get behind him, he's getting a little slower on his golf game. But Bob is one that he can keep up with most people out there on the golf course. So, but I do appreciate the ability to come before you and petition our case. So for those that may not know, I am a state representative here in Indiana, and I served 10 years on our county council, which I chaired land use for 9 years of those 10. And I know State Road 23 was one of those areas that, if those that might remember Hank Colchis, Councilman Colchis, 23 was a very important area to him to keep it residential as much as possible. And I, as chairman of land use and keeping it within the comprehensive plan, we kept that in accordance. And offices tend to be, 23 it's a 4-lane highway now, or 5-lane with the center turn lane. It's a very busy structure, and we've had both these properties for almost 15 years, which I used as a rental house, and we turned one into an office. And then I wasn't the best landlord. I never found really good tenants residentially, and it became very difficult. And in the last couple of years with COVID, most people are working from home, so home offices are very important. It's very hard to find people to rent office space these days, just because the ability to use at home office. So this land use is important just for nail salon and hair salon. It still works with residential. We've kept both structures residential looking to fit within the atmosphere of the community and the neighborhood. And, most of these offices tend to be an 8 to 5 type business, 5 days a week. So the person that we do have selected to turn it into a nail salon, hair salon, expects maybe 10 customers a day. at the most. I know this, for the septic systems with the health, I think 125 is a public well service, so we fall way under that 25 per day service as far as septic and well type concerns. So with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions or any thoughts.
Thank you. Anything else?
That's all I can think of. Be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions by the committee?
Is the property, Dale, sitting vacant now?
Yes.
Thank you.
We had probably 6 months ago, my electrician has a low voltage business with security cameras, sound theater rooms and that type of stuff, but he was in there for 6 months, and the last 3 months, he never went in there to use it, so it wasn't really serving his purpose that he thought he would have it at.
Should we go through the public?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
thank you. Okay, at this time then, we'll ask anybody who wishes to speak in favor of this petition, please to give your name and address first. Hearing none, is anybody who wishes to speak in opposition to this petition? Hearing none, then we'll close the discussion to the public. Staff have any addition? Petitioner wish to say anything else?
Look forward to your support.
I make a motion, we push this forward with a favorable recommendation.
Second that.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to send this forward with a favorable recommendation subject to the septic system. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? What? What'd they do now?
John, we'll need to take a roll call vote because we
Oh,
have
I'm
two members
sorry.
present on Zoom.
Correct, I'm sorry. Would, please call roll, please.
Mr. Moffett?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. McNamara?
Yes.
Ms. McCombs?
Yes.
And Mr. Holly?
Yes.
Was Phil?
And Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Let the record show that it was a favorable recommendation, a favorable vote.
Where's that? Get McNamara off the stage.
Thanks, John. Get you feeling, good job.
I tried to screw it up, but
Did a fine job.
That concludes the public hearings. Items not requiring a public hearing, we have the findings of facts. So we have a motion to approve the findings of facts.
Just because not everyone has seen these, we don't have very many combined hearings. You are approving findings of fact from the variances that were approved and denied at the last meeting. So these are only when you have combined hearings.
We have to approve the findings of facts.
I make a motion to approve the finding of the facts.
Thank you, Ben.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the findings of the facts from, we have to,
March
March
15th.
15th.
Yes.
Should have been 2022, correct? Not 2021.
That's correct, it should have been 2022. And in the minutes, it's also should be 2022.
Do we need a roll call for that too?
Yes.
Do we have roll call?
Mr. Hawley?
Yes. Approved.
Mr. McNamara?
Yes.
Mr. Moffett? Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. McCombs?
yes,
Mr. Devon?
Yes. Motion carries. Executive Director's report.
All right. So you all are aware that we wrapped up the first series of public meetings for the comprehensive plan at the end of March. Our next meeting series for the visioning phase will be held at the end of the summer, beginning of fall. However, even though we don't have any official meetings coming up for the comprehensive plan, there are ample opportunities to be involved. You can go up to plansjc.com and use our online interactive mapping tool. We have Meeting in a Box. It is literally a box that you can check out and do with your homeowners association, your church group, or whatever civic organization you're a part of. And it's a little public meeting in a box. We have a speaker series where one of the staff members or myself will come out and do a facilitated discussion with you. We were out at the Home Builders last week. That was a fun time. And then we're continuing to do focus groups. I know that Ryan and Mike Huber with Abbenmarsh were out in Roseland. Liz last week. Thank you for hosting that. And we continue to do focus groups with the towns and other areas. We have a new face with us today. Kylie Abrams is a new planner with our office. Bringing Kylie on was reinstating a position that was previously left vacant for the 2021 budget cycle, but that council gave us the go-ahead to fill in 2022.
Welcome.
All right, and then noting that we finally have a full ABCA board. Lance Roush came on as our 7th member, and he'll be at the May meeting of the Area Board of Zoning Appeals. So we are all full for Area Board of Zoning Appeals. That's all I have.
Abby? Can you bring us up to date, or I'm guessing that this may be under your jurisdiction, where we now have a couple people out there making inspections in,
Yeah.
in the county?
So in March, the council and the commissioners ratified the 3 ordinances that went into effect for the code enforcement program. They include abandoned vehicles, which would cover inoperable vehicles, weed and rank vegetation. So if you have grass or other unkempt vegetation that's 9 inches or above within the front yard setback on residential properties that are 2 acres or less in area, and public nuisance, which covers trash, appliances, scrap metal, et cetera. Our inspectors, if there's a complaint, you can submit it through the website. You can call our office, report it to one of our admins. It'll be logged. They'll follow up, verify if there's a violation. If there is one, we're leaving a courtesy hang tag. That's the property owner's opportunity to contact one of the inspectors. If no response is received after the hang tag is dropped, then we would proceed with a violation notice. And then if no response is received after the violation notice, we will proceed to abatement. We're in the process now of working on a request for quotes for contractors to do the cleanups, the mowing, and the towing. We aren't establishing a county crew like they have in the cities, where the city will actually send a crew of city employees to clean properties up or mow them. We are relying on private contractors to do that for us. Sorry, that was a lot. Is that what you were asking, Bob?
Yes, thank you.
The whole process? So I guess in summary, if you have a question or if you have a property of concern, you can report it on the website or 235-7800, and we'll log it and we'll follow up. But we have Steve Sadeh and Savannah Pletcher, and they share the county. They each have a territory. Savannah is generally the southern half of the county. She's from North Liberty, and Steve is the northern half of the county.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Abby. Any other questions for Abby? Otherwise, minutes of March 15th, 2022.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for the March 15th, 2022
Second,
minutes.
Got a motion, and a second to approve the minutes for March 15th, 2022. All those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote.
Come on.
What Brandy, our ABCA attorney, has suggested to us is that the folks on Zoom drop off and then everyone for these. That's for motion to adjourn, so we can.
Ms.
do it
McCombs?
official for minutes.
What are we doing?
Approving the minutes,
Approving
March
the minutes.
15th.
Okay, you talked about a motion to adjourn. Yes.
Mr. Moffett?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. McNamara?
yes.
Mr. Hawley?
Yes.
Mr. Devon?
Yes. We have a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion, and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank
to
you.
adjourn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Good job.
Thank
welcome.
you.
Yeah.
Why didn't it leave?
So you say that the attendance issue started when the county?
Well, I think it